They had me. They had me. Tubi had me. And then they lost me. What's going on, people? Alex Thorn here, and I'm just a rock and roller who in his downtime likes to watch movies while wearing a bandana. And now that all the Omen stuff is out of the way, I wanted to watch a Tubi original movie because it has been a while. I have not yet watched a Tubi original since the rebrand. And while the rebrand may have nothing to do with the quality of movies, I have been avert to being on the platform a little bit more. I got to be honest with you. I do not like the rebrand. I think this Tubi rebrand is a ripoff of Freevee. I think it's a terrible color scheme, purple and yellow, completely different from their previous color scheme of orange. And I was like, nobody has orange right now. To my knowledge, nobody had orange.
Okay, and we are bored, so please get to the point.
With that rant out of the way, I decided to watch Tubi Originals' Cabin Girl. Cabin Girl is about a girl who used to be a van girl. That was her hashtag. She was a blogger. She has an incident on the road, which is explained very early on, and now she becomes Cabin Girl. And the YouTube crowd, the social media crowd that she has, which is never said YouTube, but it's implied, cannot stand that she is no longer Van Girl and now she is Cabin Girl. She is a huge influencer. The problem with her becoming Cabin Girl and where this movie goes into is that we're not fed all of the details of why she stopped being Van Girl. And she's also blocking out some trauma of why she stopped being Van Girl. She just knows she doesn't want to do it anymore. Beyond that, this story had me hooked. The fact that she's a vlogger, the fact that we got that first person view, the fact that sometimes people saw her doing it and she's in a small town, that made it really interesting because it's true. If an influencer goes to a small town, everybody knows you and everybody has an opinion. It's not like a big city where some people know you from online and you pass by people every day who have never heard of you. What happens that makes this movie go awry outside of what I'm telling you is that there is somebody stalking Trina throughout the entire movie. This stalker is as much the main character as she is. That's how much this person shows up in this movie. That's number one. Where I was like, oh, okay, who's he? Oh, he's back again. Wow, he's there. He's there again. He's there again. He's there again. He's constantly there. So if you see her, you're seeing him. If she's at home, you see him through the window. It's too much for you not to notice him. And especially it's a small town because you're going to notice the same people over and over again. Problem with that is that he has no personality and you don't know why. And he shows up so much that you start saying, okay, I need to know why you're here. Like movie, whoever wrote this, you need to start giving me some context clues. There's nothing. Trina gets flashbacks from time to time. And in these flashbacks, she has a bloody face. And she also starts to see a ghost-like, watery, wet woman figure. And this is where we're introduced to somebody who jumped off a ledge, tied a cinder block to her waist, and met her demise. At least this is what the town thinks happened to her. With everything I told you before, I was super invested. But this ghost feels forced. This story did not need that. And I get what it was doing. Okay? I get it. And I'm on board up to a certain point. But the way that this did it, not good. And I don't want to give you any spoilers. I'm giving you, scenarios that happen in the movie up until a certain point, but I'm not going to give you what happens at the end other than Trina freaks out. And to me, it just made no sense whatsoever. The very ending of the movie, the note that it ends on, I loved it. But what happened to her leading up to that made no sense to me. Tubi had me and then it just didn't. So with that being said, I think it's time to give Tubi Originals Cabin Girl 2 bandanas out of 5. This is not a movie that I would like to watch again. It's a movie that had a lot of potential, but just in the end took too long to truly progress the story so it can advance and you can care. As you may or may not know, I have just recently became a YouTube partner, and that's all thanks to people like you who have watched, subscribed, and commented. And if you're watching this and haven't, please do. It helps me a lot. Whether it is a like, a comment, or a subscribe, hopefully all three, one of them will help me. And not only that, that has allowed me to open up channel memberships. And I've created the badges myself. I've created the emojis myself. And we're going live after certain videos to talk about things. There are 3 tiers of memberships here. But also, I'd like to ask you, if you want to help me out, go ahead and click the link on Buy Me a Coffee. If you're watching on the TV, I'll set the link right over here. This is a pretty cool site. I was honestly debating whether I should do this or not, but I reached out to several small YouTube creators who also told me, you know what? If somebody wants to buy you a coffee, if they want to help you out, this is a great way of doing it. Yes, there's super chats, but there's also another way. So if you want to do that, that would help as well. Guys, I'm Alex Thorn, and you know what I got to do. I got to go lay the ground for my next single because one single just came out in tubi, another QR code. And now I've got to lay the groundwork for another single and watch some movies and review them for you.